Hello YouTube! October is upon us, has been for quite a while actually now, but I digress. October is the time of Halloween, which means it's time for scary things, like coursework deadlines and student debt. Well, that got too real too quick. Nevertheless, today I want to talk to you about some of my most irrational fears. Let's start with the big one. I am arachnophobic. That means I'm afraid of spiders. Spiders are something I've always been afraid of because they're just horrible. They're eight-legged, creepy, crawling things that I don't like. Spiders are the worst, they give me the creeps, I hate them with a passion. I'm scared of them to the point where there was one time when I was at my house and I was going to the toilet in the middle of the night and I saw something on the floor and it took me 20 minutes of staring at it while petrified and standing still before I realised it was just a bit of fluff. I was scared of a bit of fluff. Literally any marks that I see out of the corner of my eye, I'm always, is it a spider? Is it a spider? Get it away from me! I mean, look at spiders in films. They're never good. Shelob, not someone you want at dinner parties. Aragog and his children were going to have a dinner party with Harry and Ron as the main course. Speaking of the Harry Potter movies, I hold Prisoner of Azkaban directly responsible for a childhood fear I had of my cousin's Labrador, and dogs in general. I am over that fear now, but at the time, I was terrified of dogs. I was convinced that every dog was going to try to kill me. I would go to great lengths to avoid dogs as a child. If I was walking down a street and I saw that there was a dog in the front yard, I would cross the road to avoid the dog. When we went to our cousin's house, I would always make sure that the dog wasn't nearby. It didn't help that my cousin's dog was really bouncy as well. He's like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh in Labrador form. Hello, I'm a dog. Nice to meet you. Nice to jump up in your face because I'm a dog. Ah! And for someone who had a fear of dogs as a child, that wasn't very nice to experience. Another fear I had as a child, which kind of still continues into my adulthood, is a fear of the dark. This stems from way back when I was a little baby. In the very first house we lived in, there was a tent in my room, and I was convinced that there was a monster living in the tent. And whenever the lights went out, I thought the monster would come out and attack me. Throughout all my childhood years, this fear kept haunting my nightmares, and I just took myself away. And forever after, I had a fear of the dark. Still kind of do now. I don't like being alone in the dark, and whenever I hear a noise, I'm always like, I am a very jumpy person. I jump a lot. The tiniest things can make me jump. Creaky furniture, flickering lights, all the horror movie cliches. I'm basically Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in this respect. That's the level of jumpiness that I have. I have a breadstick now. Deal with it. I think perhaps the most rational fear I have is a fear of heights. Any tall heights where there's the possibility of me falling and dying, I have a natural fear of that, and I do not cope well. Don't mind me. Just eating a breadstick. Bit of an odd one here, but crossing the road is a mild phobia of mine. Because whenever I step foot off the pavement and onto the road, I become convinced that everyone who's on the road wants to run me over. And that brings me on to something that is not my biggest fear, but is perhaps my most irrational. I have a general paranoia that everyone around me is conspiring to kill me. I'll just let that settle in for a moment. This is my fear of people. This was stronger when I was in school and I was having my whole I think I might be an alien phase. That's a whole different story. My god, I was a weird child. Basically, my mind started to fill with doubts about everyone around me, possibly being some kind of global conspiracy that results in my demise. This led to me being terrified of absolutely everyone. When I'm out in public and I'm alone, I'm very paranoid. People who come up to ask for their time, I'm scared of them. People with clipboards who come up to you, I'm scared of them. I mean, how do you know what they're keeping track of on that clipboard? Maybe it's to do with charity work, or maybe they're keeping a list of all the people that they've killed.
You're next.
That's the kind of thoughts that go through my mind when I'm out around in town, even just buying things at the shop. Okay, this freaks me out. I am a firm believer that the phrase, "I'll see you later," should only be used when you absolutely know that you are probably going to see that person later. When I'm shopping and I buy my items and the person at the till says,
"Thanks for shopping here. See you later,"
I go into panic mode. They're gonna see me later? What? I'm not aware of this arrangement. What do they mean? Are they gonna follow me? Are they gonna come to my house when I'm not expecting them? They think they're gonna see me later. I don't want to see them later. I want to go home. Are they going to come to my home? That's the level of paranoia we're talking here. This also happened when I was in primary school and I was walking home. I used to collect sticks on my way home from primary school because because I was just that cool. And on my way home, I passed a girl with a dog. Now, I have a stick in my hand. I think I just wanted to be Gandalf, you know, with the staff, walking up the mountain. Obviously, the dog wants a stick, so I'm forced into a social situation here. We have a brief chat, laugh about the dog wanting my stick. Ha ha ha, very funny. I ought to go now, because I'm not good at social situations. So we're about to go our separate ways, and she says, "See you later," and I freak out. She never did see me later. Unless she saw me but I didn't see her. Wow, I'm thinking way too deeply about these things. So yes, that's definitely my most irrational fear, but arachnophobia still tops the list. That is my biggest fear. Funnily enough though, my favourite superhero is Spider-Man. Anyway, please give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it or if you can relate, and if you have any strange or irrational fears, leave them in the comments below. Also, if you want to see more of me, then you can subscribe to this channel, because I'll be here every Thursday. In addition, I have a side channel, that's up there, Random Dots Random Stuff. You can also follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Tumblr, I have a Facebook page, so enjoy all of that and I will see you next Thursday. Thank you so much for watching, goodbye and have a great day where you're not scared of anything, unlike me where I'll be absolutely petrified of everything around me. I forgot to mention this before, but another really weird fear I have is a very specific fear of being locked in a public toilet cubicle. I think you can imagine the childhood story where that one originated from.